Hello everyone. Welcome to the 21st week of Couch to Clutch. So last week, I did not do much because I got a little injured and I wanted to take the week off to recover completely from it. So let's get right into it. So you can see there was one run which I had to abort just because I got hurt a little bit. Then I did a recovery check, but after that it wasn't good. So I did another recovery check and it was okayish. Mm, I was not fully recovered, but then, uh, yeah, I could do like 3.5 kilometers. And then I took the rest of the days off because I was in Tadoba Wildlife Sanctuary. So for tigers, it was a great family trip, I would say. Now I'm back in Hyderabad. And when I came back, I saw that Sunil Menon, my coach, is here. So I'll go and train with him tomorrow morning. So it's going to be awesome. And there's one more race that I registered for. This is called the Latape Mysuru. And it's going to be on 3rd of October 2026. Elevation I've seen is around 450 meters is my prediction. I'm not sure about uh, the map shows 100 kilometers. So there's a 100 kilometer version as well of this. Map shows the entire map. So I'm not sure where the race is going to start for the 50 kilometers one. Um, but anyway, this is going to be a good challenge. It is from the Tour de France. Uh, yeah, it is by Tour de France. I'm not sure what it means by that, but it's the first time that something like this is happening in India, and I'm pretty excited to now also participate in this and see where my performance is by October. So right now, because I'm back in action, it's next 3 months need to be full on training. I have quit my job, so it's going to be easier probably to just focus on this, cut down fat, and improve FTP. Those are the two major factors here. And running can improve that quite a bit. So I'll continue to run. Uh, so yeah, that's last week. I also came across the Ultra Human lab that they opened up in in Bangalore. Yeah, it's in Bangalore, and they have like they had a challenge going on for VO2 Max. It was pretty good. One of my known associates, Oliver Jones, he was topping it till some guy, some I think he's a endurance athlete. He just went way ahead, like 60 plus VO2 max. Pretty good. I'll probably take one of the tests later sometime when I feel like, I have to measure that and I'm getting limited by it. So you cannot improve what you cannot measure, right? So yeah, these are really good tests, genetic testing, gut microbiome, good stuff. Access to body composition analysis, bone density scan. These are all great stuff for endurance, athleticism, cognition assessment. Wow. VO2 max testing, musculoskeletal assessment, PFT. I just recently did the PFT, so that's also there, and nutrition, stuff like that. So, yeah, if you're really serious about the longevity, performance, endurance, yeah, this looks pretty good. I'm not really sure if this is very different from standard diagnostics, but yeah, it's more upmarket. I think targeted towards more affluent people in Bangalore because in Bangalore there's a huge endurance culture that is building up, endurance athleticism culture, I think. And that is why the Mysore thing also is happening in Bangalore, in Mysore, and next to Bangalore. So yeah, excited that India is finally getting these kind of um, performance centered tests and stuff. Yep. All right. Now, the thing is, I did take a decision that I talked about last week, and sorry, I got a little late this week because I was in an area where there was no network coverage, so I could not upload a video sooner. Um, but I did take a decision based on an equation that I came up with, with a with the framework that I came up with. And this is the framework. Your life is aligned only when all of these factors are met. So if you see purpose, the clarity of the purpose is important. Needs to be meaningful for you. It needs to be aligned with your visions, um, with your values, with the direction you want to take your life. So that's what purpose would mean in this equation. It's in the numerator. The better rating for this performance, for this purpose that you would like to give yourself, the bigger the numerator would get. It decides the vector of where your life is going. And without this, your energy would scatter because you will not know where to put your energy into. So I put this one, put a lot of effort to understand where that is happening. And one root question that kind of helped me to get to that answer was, does the direction I am moving in feel deeply meaningful and worth dedicating years of my life to? And that answer usually comes from your history as well. What have you put years of your life into? So, if you are already whole and you are already enough, you feel you are already enough, what is your state of being trying to express through you? That is also something that you would probably go and dedicate years of your life into. And if you're not, find that purpose. Simple as that. So that's one variable in the equation. The second one is capacity. That's the current reality. The purpose is the why. Why do you want to do something? Capacity is what are you capable of right now in this moment. So capacity is equal to edge. Edge is nothing but your current skills and capabilities and your unfair advantages. So everyone has unfair advantages, right? So skills itself themselves are not like the complete thing. It needs to have your unfair advantages taken into account as well. The energy availability that you have, mm, that plays a huge role uh, because energy dissipation is the real thing, right? Like your life might be aligned in something, you might be doing something that is taking energy out of you. So for example, I don't want to go into meaningless meetings where they are talking about irrelevant things that have no impact in my team. Why should I be in the part of that kind of a meeting? But people do use were using my time to do stuff like that, and why should I give them that time? That is just taking away energy from me, and in order to recover from that, I'll have to go and do meditation and stuff like that. Why should I even take any kind of hit on my energy availability if that's what's happening? So that's the current reality. And then you have courage, because it takes a lot of courage to take decisions, stuff like that. Recovery, you are only good as good of a performer as your recovery, because you cannot push all the time. You have to take meaningful recovery as well in order to replenish your energy. And adaptability. If you're rigid, you're going to break. If you're adaptable like water, then you can adapt in any situation, and whatever the purpose is showing you the direction towards, you will do whatever is necessary, not necessarily what would you like. So that is adaptability for me. Okay, so capacity will decide your sustainable power, and without this, your purpose and execution will eventually collapse under exhaustion. You'll get burnt out without the capacity. So the root question for this is, do I currently have the physical, emotional, and mental energy to sustain the life I want? People usually think it's physical energy, right? No, it's also emotional, it's also mental. Hmm? If you think too much, that is also taking energy out of you. If your relationships are taking a toll on you, and you emotionally not in the right place, that might have a toll on you as well. So this one is the another big component or variable on that numerator. And lastly, execution and consistent action. It's nothing but converting your intention into action. Without it, your insight will stay theoretical. If I just research this equation and don't make it useful for others or for myself, don't take action on it, then it's just insight, which is useless. Okay, so execution is the part where your potential from the other two variables. So purpose usually drives capacity, and capacity will drive your execution. Without the capacity, you won't have enough energy to invest in execution. So uh, so yeah, it's a lot of people say that they're lazy, that they're not disciplined enough. Those are just stories that they have told themselves over and over again. That's not the case. I have been very indisciplined in my life, very. And then I have executed really well in some parts. What does that mean? It wasn't laziness, it wasn't demotivation or anything like that. It was, once you get the clarity of purpose and you have available energy, execution is just the side effect of it. You're going to do it, but of course, you need to consistently do it. And that is the difficult part. That requires, you know, you to remind yourself that you have to keep going. Consistency matters, doing over and over again, practice these things. So um, the question here to ask is, am I consistently converting intention into concrete action? If the answer is no, that numerator is going to get smaller. Okay, so that's the positive part of the equation. Now there is something that, like aerodynamic drag, drags this equation down, which is friction. There are a lot of things you can do about internal friction, if not external friction. You can see the examples. External friction means toxic environment. You can choose to get out of it. But a lot of people don't. Why? They need money, of course. So they stay. Or they are comfortable in the toxic environment, probably. So comfort zone. Hmm? Financial pressure, poor relationships, bureaucracy, your geography, where you were born. You can't suddenly wish that you were born in Switzerland and your life would be easy. No, societal expectations, lack of opportunity, unstable systems, air quality index, you name it. These are all external friction. Because of air quality index, I did not used to go out to cycle. That was an external friction. So what did I do? Find a route around it. Go and drive to the location where there is AQ, good AQI. Then do your cycling. It's a little bit of friction, of course, but you have to pay the price, right? So are you going to do that extra step to overcome this external friction? Depends on the internal friction, because these are invisible externally. These are something that you can really do something about, because it's internally you control those internal friction. Yeah, you can really do something about it, about fear, about self-doubt, about trauma, about addiction, about overthinking. If you can't do something about yourself, you can seek help. But if you don't have money, which is part of financial pressure, you can't seek much help, probably. But there are always people who are ready to help you without any cost as well. Finding those people is difficult, of course. Um, Guilt, shame, fragmentation, conflicting identities, all these are internal friction that we really can do something about. So, yes, the friction opposes motion that you're going to gain from the numerator, because it will drag us down. And without this friction, you can fly up in the sky. Numerator variables would compound almost effortlessly into momentum and flow. So, the question to ask is, what are these forces that are repeatedly slowing me down, draining me, fragmenting me? What are those? When you start to ask that question, the parts of your day would look like it's energizing you, and parts of your day would look like it is not energizing you. It is fragmenting you. That's where I found out that this job that I was doing was not entirely meaningless. The first part of the day, where I was communicating with people, I was taking sessions, I was coaching people, I was doing project work, those are all meaningful for a purpose. But the later after of the day, and some people that I cannot deny in leadership, I cannot deny time to them. I have to be there somewhere for optics or various reasons. um, Reducing headcount without clear picture of what's happening. So those are the things that are completely, it felt meaningless, and it was taking energy out of my system. So I decided, why should I give that time to anyone, and just take the control of my life back. So that internal friction, you have to really, that's the part most of us are working on. I would say most of the high performers are usually working on some or the other internal friction that they have, because the numerator is kind of taken care of by them. I've seen a lot of great people who have said similar things, that there is certain internal friction that they're dealing with. And if you have the awareness for it, and if you take ownership of that, that yes, this is happening to you, you can do something about it. And the last thing is the relationship constant, because relationships can either be supportive or be destructive. So you can either amplify the entire equation, or it can be a deterrent for the entire equation. Supportive relationships usually amplify recovery, reduce your internal friction, because you can talk to them, of course. Encourage more courage, stabilize execution, deepen meaning. Being uh, the person that my daughter expects me to be, superhero, yeah, and keeping that standard up for her gives meaning to me. Mm. So you would like to be the superhero that she expects you to be for the maximum amount of time that you can. That is meaningful, and that comes from a relationship. Whenever I think like, okay, I should quit after 30 rounds of my campus. I think like, okay, is this gonna be, can I still be a superhero if I quit? Maybe the answer is no in that moment. And then I said, okay, I'll do it for her, if not for myself. And it gets easier, I would say, sometimes. So, yes, supportive relationships, if you're doing it for someone else other than yourself, sometimes can be a great motivator. Destructive relationships, on the other hand, would drain your capacity, would increase the friction, fragment your purpose, and it destabilize your execution. So, the first question to ask is, are the people closest to me amplifying my growth and alignment or diminishing it? Which one is it? These are the 5 questions I'll leave you with today. You can rate yourself 0 to 10 if you'd like and get a number on that equation, but you will definitely get to know where is the highest ROI move that you can make. Right now, feels like for me, the highest ROI move is not this, is not this, is not this anymore. This was the highest ROI move which I made already, but right now it is about dealing with my own internal friction of wherever there is self-doubt, or overthinking. Those are the ones that I have to deal with. The rest I have dealt with in some measure in my past. So little by little, I know if I work on that, things will get much easier. And that would prove that this equation works. Because it works for me. I can validate with 50 other people. But if it doesn't work for me, it doesn't work for me, right? But it's working for me, I guess, till now. So I'm hoping that it works for everyone else. All right. Enough of insight for this week, I guess. I'm hoping the next 3 months I will only be sharing training stuff and more protocols on what is working for recovery, what is working for the training regime, where is the fat loss going, and what are the times that I'm chasing right now. So yeah, feeling excited. Finally feel like I'm able to express the best way possible without expecting, without any expectation. So wish me luck. Thank you very much. This is Rajit from Diary of a Cyclist. Bye bye.